5,300 years ago, Ötzi the Iceman died in the Alps with 61 distinct tattoos. Today, those same markings are found on CEOs, elite athletes, and college students. For thousands of years, across Polynesia, North Africa, and Japan, injecting pigment into the skin functioned as a sacred visual language. These designs communicated a person's lineage, achievements, and spiritual protection to the rest of the tribe. As Western societies modernized, they criminalized the practice. Ink became a marker of deviance, restricted almost entirely to prisoners, gang members, and those on the fringes of society. The art form survived in the West largely through isolated subcultures. Sailors, spending months at sea, used their skin to document their voyages with swallows, anchors, and pinups. For centuries, choosing to wear ink meant choosing a visible, irreversible rejection of mainstream norms. That social dynamic shifted in the late 20th century. Youth countercultures reclaimed the needle, while a new generation of trained artists began pushing the boundaries of what could be drawn on human skin. Today, a full sleeve designed by a sought-after artist can cost upwards of $10,000. In many professional circles, this level of craftsmanship carries the same cultural capital and exclusivity as a luxury handbag. A permanent portrait of a civil rights leader or a political icon acts as a public billboard. These markings function as anchors, fixing a person's history and values to their skin so they cannot be easily edited or discarded. We have mastered the social meaning of these symbols, but we are often entirely blind to the intense biological war required to keep them on our skin. To understand why ink stays permanent, we have to look past the parlor and zoom directly into the cellular level. The top layer of your skin, the epidermis, sheds tens of thousands of dead cells every single minute. If ink lands here, the entire tattoo flakes off within a month. The needle must plunge deeper, past that flaking surface, and into the dermis. This layer is a stable environment, packed with nerve endings, collagen, and blood vessels. The needle delivers a concentrated payload of heavy metals and industrial pigments into a deep puncture wound. Your immune system immediately detects the chemical intrusion and shifts into a state of high-alert trauma response. You have forced a permanent breach in your body's primary line of defense. The first responders to this crisis are macrophages, specialized white blood cells dispatched to clear debris and destroy foreign invaders. They rush to the wound site and immediately start eating the pools of ink, attempting to clear the heavy metals out of the tissue. But the particles found in tattoo ink are too massive for the macrophage's internal enzymes to digest. Bloated with indigestible pigment, the cell becomes immobilized directly below the skin, trapping the ink inside. When that trapped cell dies, it ruptures, releasing the ink. Instantly, a fresh macrophage reconsumes it, restarting the cycle. The immune system is partially successful in its cleanup. Some ink particles manage to escape this loop, migrating through the body until they permanently dye the nearby lymph nodes. The ink remains visible because of this relentless cellular relay race. Thousands of immune cells pass the pigment particles from one to another in a lifelong loop that keeps the artwork from fading away. Maintaining this permanent stalemate against unregulated chemicals requires a constant, lifelong investment of biological energy. Because ink compositions vary widely and are often unregulated, the immune response can misfire, leading to sudden allergic reactions or physical burns during MRI scans. The largest medical unknown is long-term toxicity. We do not yet understand the consequences of having heavy metals constantly interacting with the body's filtration system for decades. Despite these risks, humans continue returning to the needle. The drive to document our personal mythologies directly onto our skin routinely overrides the biological cost. Tattoos hold profound power because of this dual nature. They are beautiful cultural anchors layered directly over a microscopic, lifelong biological battleground.